How does RBS think the government and the sort of financial sector can sort of do better to help enable business investment? Because the number one gripe, it's the number one moan you see, it has been around since the credit crunch, trying to move into a state of recovery. How can that sort of investment be better delivered, do you think, than it is now?
Well, I think that we need to work together to create an environment of confidence. So one of the biggest issues we see out there right now is businesses who are a little bit concerned around investing in their businesses. Well, that manifests itself to us in people paying off their loans faster and actually a slower demand for new lending. So I think one of the things that we can do together is to underpin confidence in the community. And the other thing is, from a bank perspective in particular, that we need to get out there and really understand our customers and understand how we as a bank can help them by taking either the risks out of their business or helping them to make their businesses more efficient, and then finally helping them to grow.
And leading on to that, I mean, how do you see businesses, their sort of demand and their needs of financing needs change with their life cycle? And that's sort of quite key to understanding, both from the business point of view and from the banking point of view, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. And it's not just the economic cycle, because different businesses are in different phases of evolution as well. So you've got an infinite number of different things happening at the same time. So the key issue for us, anyway, is to have highly educated, proper bankers back out on the street, guys that understand the cycle and the phase of evolution of each business, and are able to understand not just the business, but the business owner's ambitions for that business, what their business model is, and then deliver the whole range of things that the bank can do in the right order and at the right time to those customers.
Project Merlin, how do you think that's how does it look, and how do you think it's going to work? Is it going to deliver some benefits to businesses, or is it purely, more sort of book ticking and rhetoric?
I think it's really important, and I think it's a very good sign. I think it's government and banks making a firm commitment to work together to help businesses, and that's crucially important to the economy, that that they have that stability. We at RBS are playing our part in that. I think you've seen, other people have seen the statistics. We've committed to lend a certain amount of money. We've committed to lend more money than we lent last year, and we hit the target we were set last year as well. So I think that's important, but it's not just about lending. There are a myriad of other things that we can do as banks that we need to do much more consistently for our customer base.
And how's your business practice changed since the credit crunch? A lot's changed. I mean, the environment, the credit environment, the business environment is markedly different. How have you changed in what you do as an organisation?
Well, I think it's fair to say that we as banks have lost touch perhaps with what our original reason for existence is, and that is to underpin the commercial success of our businesses. So we've done a number of things. I'd call it two phases. So the first phase started about mid 2009. We put a charter out for customers in November of 2009, and basically that was all about putting some confidence back. So instead of having overdrafts on demand and able to be taken away on demand, we've actually underpinned them for 12 months. We've guaranteed them for 12 months. The second thing that we've done is to say, look, the pricing will remain the same or lower when you renew, provided you haven't got some really adverse risk issues. And the third thing would be fees. You hear people concerned about fees. We've capped lending fees at 1.5% per annum for customers. So that was one set of things. In addition to that, we wanted to make sure people were getting access to loans, so we created a hotline, and we advertised it universally, wrote to all of the MPs, etc., many of the industry bodies as well, and said, look, if anybody's having problems getting loans, get in touch with us. Not just our bank, any bank's customers. We will put some of our most experienced bankers to work with that customer to try and get them the right kind of facilities. So a number of different things that we've put in place to be able to just underpin, if you like, the recovery of businesses in the UK. That's the fixed bit. And then on top of that, we're starting to say that all of our bankers should be educated, should be proper bankers, qualified bankers. They need to understand credit. They need to understand the wide range of products that are available to help customers who are in different phases, as we talked about earlier. And they need to understand business itself. So, one of the things that RBS is doing is and this is an initiative I've put in play. All of our bankers will go and work for 2 days a year, every year, in business, and they'll work for the business. And the agenda will be to understand business, not to do the banking for them. They can do it on the other days, but to understand businesses, so they understand how people feel, they understand their pressures, and primarily so they're better able to satisfy those needs as they go forward.
And then moving forward, what sort of other plans do you have for the future in terms of your sort of continuing role in trying to help support and underpin SMEs in the UK?
Well, we have to be, and we understand we're part of the modern world, and we're a very key enabler in that. And we have to engage with customers in the way the customers want us to engage with them. So, we cannot be reliant just on bank branches anymore. They're a key part, but they're just one part, and they're open in limited hours. So we have to have online capability, and it has to be very in depth. It has to be very comprehensive. In fact, what my ambition would be, it would be as good as seeing people face to face. So we're trying to mirror the experience. So however you want to deal with us, you should be able to. No customer has to deal with us in any way. They're all available. And in fact, they should be interoperable. Social media is going to be critical. So we're developing a social media site right now, which will allow customers to talk to each other, not just to us. And so as innovation occurs, we shouldn't be necessarily at the forefront of it, but we should be immediately right behind, and we should certainly be aware of it because our customers will be part of it.